We call Earth the blue planet, and for good reason. More than 70% of its surface is water. The ocean is vast, mysterious and unforgiving. But here's what most don't realise. Over 80% of the ocean is completely unexplored. Not unvisited, but rather unexplored. We've mapped more of the Moon and Mars than we have of our own ocean floor. But what we have discovered on the ocean floor defies our belief. Massive stone structures buried in silence. A trench so deep and dark it could hide entire mountains. Ancient machinery recovered from shipwrecks, so complex they resemble modern computers. And regions of ocean where ships vanish, as if swallowed by the sea. These are not stories or tales. These are real events, real places, real mysteries. Welcome to Secrets of the Deep, the unsolved mysteries of the ocean. In the Pacific Ocean, off the southeastern coast of Japan, lies a region with a reputation darker than its waters. The Devil's Sea. Also known as the Dragon's Triangle, this zone stretches between Japan and the Mariana Islands. For centuries it has been blamed for the disappearance of ships, aircraft and entire crews. Japanese fishermen tell stories passed down through generations of glowing lights under the waves, sudden storms and compasses spinning wildly. In the 1950s, 5 Japanese military vessels vanished in this region. The government launched a research expedition. Kaio Maru No. 5 vanished too. All 31 crew members were never found. Since then, the area has been declared a danger zone by the Japanese government. Scientists suggest the cause may be seismic activity. After all, Japan sits on the Ring of Fire. Others propose methane hydrate eruptions, which can release gas so rapidly it destabilizes ships. And then there are the more speculative theories: time-space distortions, interdimensional rifts. It may sound like fantasy, but pilots have reported equipment malfunctions. Sailors recount hearing voices or seeing ghost ships in the mist. With so many legends and so little evidence, the Devil's Sea remains exactly that, a legend cloaked in silence. It all began in 1986. A local diver named Kihachiro Arataki was exploring the southern coast of Yonaguni Island, Japan, searching for hammerhead sharks. But what he found was something entirely different. 25 meters beneath the surface, Arataki stumbled upon massive terraced stone formations. At first glance they appeared natural, but then questions started forming. The steps were too perfect, the edges too sharp, the layout too intentional, and soon whispers began. Was this a city lost to time? A monument built before recorded history? The monument measures 150 meters in length and 40 meters wide. It features terraces, a flat plaza, and something resembling a grand staircase. Some claim it resembles a ziggurat. Others see the remnants of roads and pillars. But here's the mystery. The sea levels in this region have risen significantly since the last ice age. That would place the monument's construction at a time when humans, by mainstream accounts, weren't building stone architecture at this scale. Geologists like Masaki Kimura believe it's man-made, possibly up to 10,000 years old. Critics argue otherwise. They say it's nothing more than weathered sandstone shaped by ocean currents and tectonic forces. But then, how do we explain the apparent tool marks, the squared columns, the alignment with cardinal directions? Some divers claim to have seen carvings, symbols etched into the walls. Photographs show straight lines and even what look like steps leading to nowhere. Could these be coincidences? Or remnants of a lost civilization swallowed by the rising sea? Around the world we find tales of great floods, of cities lost beneath the water. Atlantis, according to Plato, was an advanced society that vanished beneath the waves. Could Yonaguni be part of that narrative? Or perhaps it's something we haven't even begun to understand. The truth lies beneath the waves, still, silent, and waiting. The year was 1901, off the coast of Antikythera, a small Greek island. Sponge divers discovered a Roman-era shipwreck nearly 150 feet below the surface. Among the usual cargo, was something that baffled even the most seasoned archaeologists. A box filled with corroded bronze gears. It didn't look like anything from the ancient world. It looked mechanical. This artifact would come to be known as the Antikythera Mechanism. At first, it was dismissed as a navigational tool, but further research revealed its shocking complexity. It could track the movements of the sun, the moon, and even predicted eclipses. It modelled the irregular orbit of the moon with astonishing accuracy. The mechanism had at least 30 bronze gears. Modern engineers liken it to a 2,000-year-old analog computer. So who built it? Theories point to Greek mathematicians like Archimedes or the scholars of Alexandria. But no similar device has ever been found from that period, or the 1,000 years that followed. How could such advanced technology appear and then vanish? Some say it was a singular invention, lost with its creator. Others believe this is evidence of a lost body of scientific knowledge, hidden or destroyed during war, conquest, or religious purges. Could the Antikythera Mechanism be the tip of an iceberg, one that rewrites the history of science itself? One thing is clear. We are still trying to reverse engineer a machine created over 2,000 years ago, and we're not even sure we've fully figured it out yet. From the depths of the sea came not gold or jewels, but a ghost of knowledge from an age that should not have known how. Far from the coast of Japan near the Mariana Islands lies the deepest place on Earth, the Challenger Deep. Part of the vast Mariana Trench, this abyss plunges over 36,000 feet, nearly 7 miles, into the Earth's crust. To put that into perspective, if Mount Everest were dropped into the trench, its peak would still be underwater. Few humans have dared descend to this depth. In 1960, a US Navy submersible called the Trieste reached the bottom. For 20 minutes, they sat in total darkness, peering out into a world no one had ever seen. In 2012, filmmaker James Cameron completed a solo descent, capturing footage that showed barren terrain, strange organisms, and a haunting silence. But what lies beyond what cameras captured? Deep-sea hydrophones, underwater microphones, have picked up strange sounds from this region. Unexplained roars, mechanical humming, and low-frequency pulses. Marine biologists suggest they could be from unknown species, but others wonder, what if we're hearing more than marine life? The Challenger Deep is a place of extremes. The pressure is over 1,000 times what we feel at sea level. Temperatures hover just above freezing, and life, if it exists, has evolved in complete isolation. But more fascinating are the forms of life that survive here. Microbes that metabolize methane, amphipods with aluminum armor. Some believe entire ecosystems could exist, still unseen, possibly millions of years old. With technology advancing, we may one day send autonomous submarines into these regions for months at a time. But until then, the trench remains a dark mystery, a place where the known world ends and the unknown begins. In the Coral Sea, off the northeastern coast of Australia, a white catamaran drifted aimlessly in the sunlight. The Kaz II. She was found on April 20th, 2007. Sails raised, engine humming, GPS still tracking. But something was missing. Her crew. 3 men had vanished without a struggle, without a trace. On board, lunch was still laid out. A laptop sat open, life jackets untouched. It was as if they had simply vanished into thin air. Australian maritime authorities were baffled. There were no signs of bad weather, no distress calls, no water in the hull. The only clues? A fishing line tangled around the stern, a life ring left hanging, and silence. Investigators speculated. Perhaps one man fell overboard, and the others followed in a desperate rescue. Or maybe a sudden squall swept them all into the sea. But there was no damage, no overturned furniture, no missing gear. The Kaz II was nicknamed a modern Mary Celeste, a ghost ship sailing under the sun, and the ocean, as always, offered no explanation. To this day, no bodies have been found, no answers recovered from the deep. Only the boat remains, silent, sun-bleached, and eerily intact. A mystery not born from storms or monsters, but from calm seas, clear skies, and the silence in between. The Kaz II reminds us, sometimes the ocean doesn't need violence to take you. Sometimes it just waits, and watches, and lets you vanish. The ocean does not yield its secrets easily. For every mystery we uncover, 10 more wait in the depths. The Yonaguni Monument, the Challenger Deep, the Antikythera Machine. Each reminds us how little we know, and how much we've yet to discover. Maybe the answers lie hidden in coral-covered ruins, or in the dark pressure of the abyss. But maybe the greatest mystery is why we haven't gone back. The sea is deep, and the past is still watching from below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.